grew, and he built a new house with zinc roofing that gleamed under the Sunday people praised his luck. None spoke of the shadow behind it, but luck is a trickster. It gives with one hand and waits with the other. 3 years later, Daniel's fortunes began to turn. First came a sickness that drained his strength. Then thieves raided his storehouse. His workers left. Martha, once patient, began to crumble under despair. One night, as Daniel sat alone, he heard children laughing outside Samuel's voice, among them clear and innocent. He rushed out, trembling, but saw nothing. Only the wind, whispering through the plantain leaves. From that night onward, he could no longer sleep near the window that faced the farmland. Meanwhile, John and Grace aged quietly. They had no more children. Grace's hair turned white before its time, but her eyes carried a strange calm, as if she had learned to live beside her pain. John kept the farmland untouched, save for the small corner where cassava still grew. The land is his, he told anyone who asked. Let it rest with him. And so, the years passed. The brothers rarely spoke. The village forgot the tragedy, as villages often do, burying sorrow beneath new gossip and harvest seasons. Until one day, men from the city arrived with helmets, boots, and instruments that hummed and blinked like strange spirits of the modern age. They spoke of oil, black gold beneath the soil. The men from the city came in shiny boots that sank awkwardly into the village mud. They arrived in a convoy of white rocks that looked like ghosts among the palm trees. Dust and noise trailed them, and behind their tinted glasses were eyes that measured land in numbers, not memories. They introduced themselves as representatives of an oil company. Their tongues rolled out promises like golden threads, roads, jobs, clinics, schools, everything a poor village dreamed of. But every man and woman in Oloru knew what their true interest was: land. The elders gathered in the square beneath the old silk cotton tree. John stood among them, silent, his face drawn and unreadable. Daniel sat beside the head chief, his walking stick gleaming. Years had lined both their faces differently, Daniel's with strain, John's with stillness. The company spokesman, a tall man in a neat suit, unfolded a map. We've discovered a rich deposit of crude oil under this region, he said. It runs along the lower farmlands, here, and here. His finger tapped across the parchment like a casual god. We will need access to drill. The crowd murmured. Someone asked what that meant for their crops. Another asked how much money would be paid. The man smiled. Compensation, he said. Generous compensation. Daniel's eyes gleamed as the man's finger paused over the boundary of his land. But then it slid further, stopping finally at the edge of the map at a narrow field by the creek. John's field, the one where Samuel slept. That night, word spread like Hamatan fire. Oil had been found under John's farmland. The same field everyone had mocked him for clinging to. Men whispered that God had finally remembered him. Others whispered that fate was setting the stage for another quarrel between the brothers. Grace said nothing when John told her. She simply looked toward the farmland and whispered, "Perhaps our son still watches." John nodded slowly. "If this is blessing,